one thing that came up for me, I have found McWhorter's contention that this is a religious movement and that this is not really metaphor, even that this is akin to religion, that this is like religion, a very compelling argument for years now. And I think it was a 2018 article that he wrote that really put it into sharp relief for me. And I was wondering, though, whether, and maybe this is something you can ask him when you're on with him next, whether he would call the Cultural Revolution and Maoist doctrine a religion as well. What do you think? Do you have any opinions on that?
Yeah, my guess would be that he will think that there's a lot of overlap.
Yeah.
And I guess the question I would have is, given your and my perspective about what religion is and how it came about, that it is an evolutionary phenomenon, that this may actually be an empirical question, right? There may actually be circuitry that is called into play when one goes into a religious modality. And so it may be a matter of a brain scan could reveal whether somebody is in that mindset or not.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I tend to think of religious belief and the tenets that have stood the test of time emerging slowly and becoming dominant over time. And so the thing that has seemed so dangerous about this current movement that has been ongoing for decades actually, but is at fever pitch right now, and similarly about Maoism, was that it was this top-down, authoritarian, extraordinarily quick thing. And actually, if I could just read a very brief paragraph, this is one of the books on the Cultural Revolution that I've been reading. I don't know how to pronounce the guy's name. He's excellent, Frank de Coulter, Dutch. The third in a trilogy, The Cultural Revolution, A People's History, 1962 to 1976. He has on page 168 a quotation from an office worker who's remembering 1968, sort of early Cultural Revolution. Every morning, he says, we would stand in front of this with our little red books and read aloud a few passages. Then, waving the little red book, we would say 3 times, "Great leader, teacher, helmsman Chairman Mao, may you live 10,000 years." And "Good health forever to Vice Chairman Lin Bao." It struck me as absurd, almost like a religion. Most of us felt that way, as I was to discover after the Cultural Revolution. At the time, however, no one in their right mind would dare say so openly, let alone discuss it. That seems so much like what we're seeing now, the culture of fear that is spreading. And as I have said to you in the last couple of days, and I actually just tweeted just before we went on, I think there is a close analogy to be made between Mao's Little Red Book and Robin DiAngelo's White Fragility. These books are being passed around, they're being waved as badges of true believership, and also as ways to basically bludgeon those who don't fall into line.